Welcome back, everybody. I am Mark Anthony. I am the Vegas Tourist. Welcome back to my channel. Tonight, we're going to deconstruct Con Air. On the Vegas forum boards, it's a very popular thing to ask about Vegas movies, scenery. You know, where was this shot? Where was that shot? What does it look like now? Blah 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 blah. When I do my strip tours, or I do my bus tours, or I do my walking tours, people always want to know where certain things were filmed or if it actually happened there. So I love to deconstruct movies. And tonight we're going to do just that. Con Air 1997. Nicolas Cage, John Cusack, and John Malkovich, amongst others, are in this action film. It is one of those movies that, you go into the movie theater, you turn off your brain, and you're just entertained by the pure violence and some of the dialogue in there. Now, for those of you that have not seen this movie, probably because of all of the violence in it, it is about some of the worst prisoners we have in our prison system are being flown to a supermax prison. Ironically, this actually does exist. Con Air is a real government program. Thrown into this mess of badass people is Nicolas Cage. He plays a good guy that, compared to everyone else, who served a 7-year sentence for manslaughter. He just wants to get back to his wife, to see the child that was born during his imprisonment. And so he turns out to be the good guy on board. Okay. And of course, once in there, the bad guys get control of the plane, and that's where this scene, or this part of the movie, the ending part, begins to unravel, and they have to make an emergency landing, hopefully making it to McCarran International Airport here in Las Vegas. Of course, they don't do that. They've got to ditch the aircraft on the Las Vegas Strip, the Las Vegas Boulevard. That's where it just goes in every possible direction that you can imagine. Now, you got to remember, this is 1997. This is all state-of-the-art special effects. You've got green screen, you got computer animation, computer graphics mixed with real, live video. Okay. And for 1997, they do an amazing job, very, very impressive job in meshing this all together. Okay. Now, there are some wonderful videos on YouTube that show you how they did this, and how they made sets of the Strip, these 2 or 3 foot high replicas of the Strip on top of everything else. Now, other than when the aircraft is coming down around the stratosphere, and then at the very end where it's crashing into the sands, those are the only 2 times this is an actual aircraft. Everything in between is either green screen models or computer simulations. But now I'm not going to go in detail on the characters. I'm going to focus on the Vegas landmarks, because this is like the end of what we would call the classic Vegas period. This is when we still had the Stardust, we still had the Frontier, the Riviera. They're all in this. All right, so that's why some people love this part of the movie, because of that, the classic imagery of the Vegas that we remember is all right there. Okay, so I'm going to be deconstructing that part of it, not so much about the characters. I will explain some of the scenes, but I'm not going to get into the actual character. You can go watch the movie yourself. I'm just going to get into how, what's there now, and things like that. So I hope you enjoy this. All right. All right, like I said in the intro, this is more about the scenery more than it is about the the movie itself, because I just love how Vegas is portrayed in cinema. So in Con Air, the climactic plane crash happens supposedly on Las Vegas Boulevard. And so I'm going to break it down here and show you some of the classic scenes and some of the locations here. So they're coming from the north, they're circling around the stratosphere, coming on down, lining up with the strip. Did you catch it? There's Harrah's. There's the Imperial Palace. Here's the stratosphere. They came around the stratosphere and they're facing south. And we see the Imperial Palace and we see Harrah's. The Imperial Palace today is the link. So they're up here, and somehow these two ended up basically right there. Now we see the front end of the plane is heading south. There's the stratosphere being chased by two military helicopters, lining up to hit the hard rock guitar. Oh, look at there. The hard rock guitar is right next to Circus Circus. Oh my God, I did not know that. Boom, takes it off. All right, so they circle around the stratosphere. You see Circus Circus, then the hard rock right down there. Somehow this ended up right in front of Circus Circus, which of course was right next to the Imperial Palace, which was up here, according to the movie. Don't you love movie magic? Once it clips the hard rock guitar, we return back onto the strip. This is kind of a cool shot. The Riviera, the La Concha, the Silver City, the Stardust was in the background. This part they got right. Once it clears the Riviera, it's heading south, and we get this. This is computer animation. This is all real. This is the boardwalk. This is City Center sits right there. So not only are they facing north in that shot, but boardwalk sat right about there, right across from Planet Hollywood. All right, so it's heading north, and it makes a right-hand turn down Flamingo Boulevard. Wow. So it makes a right-hand turn, and they are on Flamingo Boulevard. Here's the Cromwell, which back then was called the Barbary Coast. You have the Stage Door Casino right there. Bally's would be right over here, right in the dark over here. That is Bally's right there. This was the Mardi Gras. It is now a big open parking lot. You can see Batista's hole-in-the-wall sign, which would be sitting right behind the stage door right there. Now, in the movie, the plane continues eastward, and it passes the Moonlight Casino. Now, the Moonlight does not exist anywhere but on somebody's hard drive. This is complete computer animation. As it passes that, once it passes the Moonlight, it returns to the Las Vegas Boulevard. This time it is heading south. The stratosphere is right over here. Up here, this would be Sahara. You can kind of make out what I think would be the Stardust sign right there. This lasts for about 3 or 4 seconds, and that lines us up for the climactic crash scene at the Sands. The Sands sat where the Venetian sits now. Here you can see they're bringing in the aircraft. You can see the Mirage in the background. This is Casino Royale right there. Right here would be sitting Madame Tussauds Wax Museum and all that. You can see the Mirage. The Sands had already been closed. They had demolished most of the property except for the main tower. The main tower they kept up and lit up for the movie. And that brings us to the crash scene, or crash scenes, as it makes its landing into the sands, destroying the front entrance there. They used 14 cameras because they only had one shot at it. They only had one chance to get it right. Okay, the good guy, Nicolas Cage, the government officer that is helping him here, that would be John Cusack. They acquire 2 police motorcycles and they go on a chase scene. They are chasing Cyrus Vance, played wonderfully by John Malkovich. He has hijacked a fire truck. They speed away, they make 2 right-hand turns, and they are suddenly down on the Fremont Street Experience. They make that left-hand turn, and they are now in a tunnel chasing John Malkovich right there. Here are our 2 good guys. This tunnel, by the way, is in Los Angeles. It is not the one downtown, and it is not the one going under the McCarran International Airport. This is actually someplace in Los Angeles. They come out of the tunnel. Boom, they hit a limousine in downtown Las Vegas. They continue their rampage, and next they are coming into the Horseshoe. This sets up kind of the climactic end to a climactic chase scene, as they like to say in movie lingo. Notice this armored truck right here, okay? They are coming down the boulevard here. They are going to crash into this, and this is going to set up the entire ending of the movie. Binion's is right here. This would be the Fremont right there, okay? This still exists. All of this neon is gone, but this walkover still does exist. The next shot is the crash scene. And here is that armored truck, but instead of the Fremont, we have the Debbie Reynolds Casino. I know 99.999% of you are going, the who? That obviously does not exist. Actually, in 1997, the Debbie Reynolds Casino did exist. It lasted for about a year. It went bankrupt. The World Wrestling Federation bought it. They were going to turn it into a wrestling-themed resort, and then the last incarnation of it was the Majestic. Today it is a big empty lot. In the movie, it sits right in that parking lot. That's that. They crash. Everyone survives except for Cyrus. Of course, the bad guy dies. Our 2 good guys meet again. They shake hands, become friends. Nicolas Cage turns around looking for his wife, and suddenly we're back down on the strip. There's the Casino Royale, there's the Denny's. These are all of the law enforcement and all that. We are in front of the sands now. So we went suddenly from being downtown to being right here. Nicolas Cage spots his wife and the daughter that he never saw before. Cue the loving music. And then I love the ending in this movie. It just wraps the movie up so well. Steve Buscemi at the craps table, about to throw the dice, got some Leonard Skinner music playing, and a curiosity that is driving me bananas. I cannot place this woman to save my life for whatever reason. Whenever I see this, she looks familiar, but I cannot find out who she is. It's not a stalking issue. It's just it's one of those things that you want to place her. She looks familiar. I don't know if she is a Las Vegas local, a Las Vegas actress, or what, but I cannot figure out who she is, and it's driving me nuts. But there's Steve. I loved his character. He played the psycho in this so well. He played just the the degenerate cycle. Love his comment as all hell is breaking loose, and and he says something about a plane full of killers are listening to a band who died in a plane crash, and they're all in a plane about to crash, and they're listening to a band and they're dancing to a band that died in a plane crash. The definition of irony. Yeah, that's it. Well, there you have it. Con Air 1997. Have you ever seen it? Do you watch it when it comes back on? I would like to know that. I do. I mean, I pop this in at least once a year. I love it. Okay. Again, it's one of those movies you just turn your brain off and just watch it. It's just entertaining. And now you also know where some of it was shot, which makes it even more entertaining. Okay. But if you have any questions about this or anything else about Vegas, if you want me to go over some other Vegas-centric movies, leave all those notes in the show notes down below. I'm Mark Anthony of the Vegas Tourist, and I will talk to you on the next video.